Hello, hello, hello there. How are you all? Welcome back. Okay, so I want to show you how to make pizza. We're going to have air fryer pizza versus oven cooked pizza. And we're going to make two different kinds. And we just want to see the time. How long does it take to cook the pizza in the oven? How long does it take to cook in the air fryer? And we're going to put them in at the same time. This is a good test so that you know whether you would like to purchase an air fryer or if you should be cooking your pizza in the regular oven or the air fryer. Okay? Alright, this is a fun video. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share the video, please, and subscribe. Check out my links below if you would like to support this girl in any way. Okay? Let's do it. Okay, I have some pizza dough that I purchased in this package. It comes with 2 pizzas. So I'm going to be using the rack from my air fryer for the oven and the air fryer. So we have our 2 pizza doughs. Put one there. And one here. And I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see that one as well. There we go. Okay. So now, let's bring this down so that you can see everything clearly. Okay, we're going to put sauce. This is leftover tomato sauce that I have. So you can see what you can do with your leftovers, right? So I'm going to just spread the sauce on one. Push the sauce not all the way to the edge. You want to leave some of the edge with no sauce on it. And I'll show you. Now how much sauce or little sauce you use is up to you. Okay, so you can see that I try to, and I'll just clear that, leave the edge clear as much as possible. Same thing with this one. Okay. So this one I'm going to have, I have some ground beef that's already cooked that also was left over. So I'm going to put the ground beef on this one. And I had cooked a meatloaf, so that's equal to 1 serving portion of ground beef from the meatloaf. So if you cook spaghetti, just save you some out, or meatloaf, or cook your maybe equal to a hamburger size. Okay. All right. This is the ground beef, and then this one is going to be pepperoni. So I'm going to put, and normally you would put the meat on top of the cheese, but in case of the ground beef, I want the ground beef on first, and then I'm going to put the cheese on the top, because I don't want the ground beef to dry out. Okay? So let's put the cheese right on the top right now. And this is mixed blend cheese that I'm using. You can use mozzarella cheese, all mozzarella cheese, which is normally what you would use for pizza. Or you can use any kind of cheese you want. There's no special rule. Okay, so I have the ground beef covered and the cheese on the top. Just switching it around from normal. Now the pepperoni, I'm going to put the cheese on first, and the pepperoni on the top. Okay, you can see the cheese is on. Now let's put the, let me wash my hands. Now let's put the pepperoni on top. I buy a package of pepperoni and then I split it up into small bags so that when I get ready for pepperoni, I just pull out one of the small bags, because usually the package is about a pound and you wouldn't use a pound in one setting. Okay. I'm going to put the pepperoni on. And that's what we're looking like. Okay? Okay. So now, I'm going to put the ground beef in the oven. I'm going to turn the oven on. We're going to cook this at 450 degrees in the oven. And I'm going to wait 5 minutes for the oven to actually heat up before we start the cooking of both, so that the oven temperature is ready to go, just like the air fryer, because it doesn't take the air fryer long to heat up, roughly maybe a minute or so. Okay? Alright, so I'll be back with the word of the day for you. Okay, so this is the one that's going to go into the oven. You notice I have a pan underneath, okay, and this is just sitting on the top. I can put my hand underneath, okay, and this is going to go in the oven. The pepperoni, no, wrong. I want the pepperoni in the air fryer. So let's put this in. And it doesn't matter which, this is just my preference. And I want the hamburger pizza in the oven. And I'm putting it on top of this pan, okay? Alright, so my time is right now 20 of 4. So let's see how long this takes. So I'm going to set the air fryer. I want to cook it on 370 at high temperature, and we're going to take this down to, let's go 5 minutes. And now I'm going to put this in the oven. I'll be right back. Okay, so both pizzas are cooking. The pepperoni is in the air fryer and the hamburger pizza is in the oven. And I started at 20 of 4 by my clock, and we're going to see how long it takes for both to cook. This is our comparison. Okay? Alright, so the word of the day. On the news they reported that food is up in prices. A lot of things are up in prices, but food especially. Okay? And this has been highest it's been in many years, they said. Well, we already knew when the epidemic started that food prices went up. So if it's higher than that, we are really, really in for a problem, aren't we? So what I thought I would do is I'm going to have you to write and tell me on your comment sections what foods that, or meats or foods that you find expensive, and how much you pay for that product. And then I'm going to show you how to get that same product much cheaper. So a little excitement for us, something for us to key in on and comment on. And then we're going to see with the experiment how you can cut your costs on that. So that's my way of helping you during the food cost increase. Okay? That definitely right there is the word of the day. But I'll give you another one, because maybe you might want to hear another word of the day today. Okay? So the word of the day is company. Company. Sometimes you have company that you love and enjoy. Sometimes you have no company at all. And sometimes you're lonely for company. Well, what can you do about that? You can create a situation that will have people running over to visit you. For instance, maybe you can make a special meal and invite people over, or maybe you can have a meal along with playing some games, or maybe you can invite yourself over to someone else's house to get company, or maybe you can get a pet, and that could be your company. But at any rate, the company all depends on you and how much you really want it. And if you really want it, make it happen. If you really want it, go visit someone. If you really want it, get a pet. And if you really want it, really, really, really want it, you can make it happen. That's the word of the day. Company. Okay. All right. So we're going to give our pizza another, let's see. I have 1 minute on the air fryer. We're going to take a look. Remember, I set it for 5 minutes on the air fryer, and the hamburger pizza is in the oven. And we're going to see what's going to happen in about a minute. Okay, so I don't even have to cut the camera off for this one because we're almost out our minute right now. And I thought about doing this comparison, air fryer versus oven, because a lot of people have questions. They're not sure whether or not they want to purchase an air fryer and what are the benefits. So this is why I'm doing this video, so that you guys can get a better or clearer idea of maybe you want to cut your time down, right? Because time is very important. Sometimes we don't have enough time to do anything, and then other times we have plenty of time to be very creative. Okay, our off button is on the air fryer. Let's see. I'm going to adjust the camera. Off button. It's off. Let's take a look. I'm going to pull it out for you. You can see the cheese have melted, but it isn't brown, so 5 minutes is not enough time. So I'm going to put it back in. I just wanted you to see that. Okay? And now let's compare the oven. I have to cut the camera off a minute to get that. Okay, the leg of the tripod is in front of the oven door. That's why I had to cut the oven off. Cut the camera off. Okay, this is the hamburger pizza that was in the oven. As you can see, that's not brown either. So 5 minutes is not enough. So we're going to put them back in and start the time again. And then we'll add the total time up. Okay, so we're going to start our time again. I now have 10 up. So remember we already cooked the pizza in the air fryer and in the oven on, was it 4 or 5 minutes? Alright, 370 is the temperature. I'm thinking another 3 minutes will do it. Okay? So there we go. We're cooking another 3 minutes. So we have, so between 8 and 9 minutes, we're going to call it that. It's going to take us to cook it in the air fryer. And we'll see how long it's going to take to cook in the oven. Remember, I preheated the oven so it was hot and ready to go on 450 degrees when I put it in. Okay? Alright. And I'll be right back as soon as I see the off button. Okay, you see our off light is on. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, cheese is brown. Okay, you can see this is done. The edges of the pepperoni is a darker color. The cheese is darker in the middle. This is done. So we're going to call this under 10 minutes for the air fryer. And now let's see what our hamburger pizza is doing in the oven. 1 second. Okay, so here's our hamburger pizza that was in the oven. And as you can see, it's not brown yet. So the air fryer won the test because I have to put this back in the oven for a few minutes. I would say another 3 minutes for the cheese to brown on the hamburger pizza. Air fryer definitely won, but let's put it in. Okay, the hamburger pizza is out the oven. It took the hamburger pizza 20 minutes to cook. So the air fried pizza was under 15 and the hamburger pizza was around 20 minutes. So you can see it's much faster in the air fryer. Okay, so let me taste. Okay, I just wanted to show you them on display. How about that, huh? Okay, so let me taste. That look nice on your table. Okay. I'm going to taste the hamburger pizza, which was cooked in the regular oven. Okay, the hamburger pizza, definitely I can taste the hamburger and the sauce and everything, but the crust seems not crispy. Done but not crispy to me. Okay, let's taste the pepperoni pizza that was cooked in the air fryer. The pepperoni pizza crust is definitely more crispy. And I can definitely taste the pepperoni and the cheese. Both very good. But in preference for me, if I was to have a choice, I would probably pick the air fryer as the winner. For 2 reasons. It was 5 minutes less time and the crust is a little more crispier. But both is good. But for me, air fryer. Okay? Alright, that's our experiment. Thank you for hanging around. Please give it a thumbs up. Share the video. And subscribe. Check out my links below. Thank you. Bye-bye.